All right, guys, so we are now going to get into the ever evolving news of Spider Man 3, the Tom Holland Spider Man 3, not to be confused with the Tobey Maguire Spider Man 3, because we still don't have a title for this movie, but we're getting a ton of news for it. Surprisingly, was what not covered at all, though, during the Marvel Disney big event thing, but that might be because it's technically a Sony movie. It's kind of what I would guess. But it also might be because there's so much news has been coming out about it. I don't know, for the past couple of months now, really. First, we have Jamie Foxx Electro coming back and from the Andrew Garfield Spider Man. Then now, all the way up to now, where we're getting news that Alfred Molina's Doctor Octopus is coming back for Spider Man 3, Tom Holland Spider Man 3. And this is my favorite word here, interesting, is what I'm gonna say. This is interesting
Yeah.
because there's a couple of things with this, honestly. One, I mean, this all but confirms that, at least in my mind, and there have been rumors that kind of solidify this, that our boy Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire must be appearing in this
Right.
movie
You'd think so.
because, I mean, bringing Jamie Foxx back to play Electro is one thing, but then now when you bring another villain in, Doctor Octopus here from another Spider Verse, if you will, um, why would you not bring the Spider-Man over from their respective universes here? Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense otherwise. There have been reports that they have been on the set. Like people have seen Toby and Andrew on the set. Now, I do want to say though that the most recent rumor came out about Toby Maguire. Apparently, his deal like it was like kind of just approved and finalized, and they've been filming this Spider-Man movie for like a couple months now. So that kind of indicates to me that whatever roles that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are going to have are probably going to be very small roles, enough to where if this deal would have fell through with Toby, that they obviously would have still made the movie. You know what I mean? Because this
Yeah.
late into the game, when you don't have someone casted already and signed on to be in the movie, obviously the script doesn't call too much for them. So you would think. I mean, you never know, but you would think. Um, but yeah, I think this pretty much all but confirms that they're both in it. And then, like I said, the most recent rumors suggest that they have been seen on set as it is. So, what do you guys think about this live action Spider Verse movie that's
I think it sounds
happening?
interesting to say the least. I mean, kind of crazy bringing them in, but I mean, like you said, it's a live action Spider Verse, kind of like the cartoon movie, The Into the Spider Verse. So I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, it'd
I
be cool if done right.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a good idea to do it though? Like, do you think it'd be too much? If
I
you
won't really
remember,
know.
like Andrew Garfield's final outing as Spider-Man, they tried to, throw the Sinister Six at you in any way they could, and it kind of went to hell.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
do you think? Does this have those same worries, or do you trust in Kevin Feige?
I trust in him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely trust in him. They laid the groundwork for the idea of a multiverse and characters and people from other realms besides ours. In the last movie, while it turned out to be kind of a feint, they didn't really go that route with the last one. They at least established the concept of it, so they got people sort of used to it. And um, I think this will work well. I don't. I'd be shocked. I've heard people speculate about the fact that with Alfred Molina now being cast and with Jamie Foxx already lined up and some of the other villains that they've talked about, I'd be shocked if they went a Sinister Six route where they tried to bring all those villains together. I think a more likely, in my head, what seems more likely is it for whatever reason. Um, Spider-Man goes through and visits these other, these other cinematic universes and encounters these villains and these heroes, these other Spider-Men in brief little snippets out on his journey. I don't see it becoming a kind of, or I could be wrong. Maybe there's a big villain that's trying to bring these villains together, and so maybe Jamie Foxx and Alfred Molina do play a larger part in this. But I just kind of have a hard time believing that's how it's going to end up playing out on the screen.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be like major roles or anything like that by any means.
I would hope, if anything, that they're at least important roles. I think, if anything,
Yeah.
at this point, over under, like, let's say 30%. If you've seen the Spider-Verse animated feature that won Best Animated Feature Academy Award, by the way, so it's obviously a pretty good movie, and so it did prove a Spider-Verse movie can work in concept. I'll tell you that much,
Yeah.
at the very least. Over under 30%, we get a Spider-Man Noir cameo with Nick Cage. Because he voiced Spider-Man Noir. Who doesn't know? Like, what do you think? Like, I think that'd be a good little Easter egg.
Yeah, if they're going this route, I think you're over. I think if you're going to do multiple Spider-Man, if you're going into the Spider-Verse route, you throw as much as you can in there. You got to balance it, obviously, but I also think we'll see a Miles Morales Spider-Man show up.
I could see if they're in this, like, if you remember from Doctor Strange when the Ancient One just pokes his head and he just gets shot through the multiverse, right? If they have a scene like that, a very like homage to how the Flash runs through the Speed Force, and you just see like a bunch of different timelines and stuff, like going through the beam and everything, right? I think it'd be a cool little quick, like, if they just had a quick thing where he landed in the animated Spider-Verse world, like, as you know what I mean, like you see him like walking around, or something like that'd be kind of cool.
Well, animated Tom Holland,
like, you know what I mean? Because I mean, like you said, if they're doing Spider-Verse, then do Spider-Verse, dude. Go crazy with it at this point.
My biggest worry with this is that, like you just said, Into the Spider-Verse won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. It was that good. It's an excellent movie. It's one of the best superhero movies I've seen in the past 10 years. And that's considering that we're in the kind of golden age of comic book movies. And so the bar has been set so high. My only worry is that, like, you're setting yourself up to be compared with that high bar, and are you going to be able to clear it?
Yeah, I agree. Kevin Feige, though, is my shining light with it. Like, because if on paper this sounds like, I mean, when you come out and say, of all people, Jamie Foxx's Electro was returning, I was already worried. Like, because it's like, I love Jamie Foxx. Like, he's a great actor. And I love his screen presence. I was really excited to see him play Al Simmons' Spawn. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but I much rather would have seen that happen like tomorrow than him come back as Electro. So
what's also interesting though too, and I hadn't considered until you just said that, is I seem to remember Jamie Foxx posted something about confirming his involvement, but then he said something too really interesting, like, "Don't worry, I won't be blue this time," or something. If that's true, and maybe he was forced to take down. If that's true, what if this is just Marvel's way of honoring the past Spider-Man movies, and these characters are not the same? What if they're not a multiverse concept? I don't know. This trust in Feige, I guess. I mean, I'm on board. I'm not. But of all the things that I've heard about all the Marvel, and we'll get into all the Marvel announcements later, this Spider-Man 3 one has me, the most. My hype is tempered by my confusion over what they're doing with it.
Yeah, I just need to see a trailer of what they're going for, really, because like, that's the thing. Like, all this news is like, dude, we can speculate for days, like, of the possibilities. Like, and it's, I don't know. The most logical thing is like, because I think too, they just like kind of confirmed that it is indeed going to tie in with Multiverse of Madness, a Doctor Strange movie. So I mean, if that's the case, and I mean, you would have to assume that these are obviously, if they're different ones but look the same, you know what I mean? They could be technically like a different Electro, but the same. We talked about this before when this first dropped when Jamie Foxx came back. It's just kind of confusing if it's the same person from a different universe playing the same character from a different universe, but he's a different one.
Yeah, like that would be weird.
It's confusing. It's like, at that route, like, just get someone else to play Electro. But what he put up was like something about him having yellow lightning or something. I think he even put something up hinting that there was going to be another Spider-Man in it too. Like, I think, but he's had to take. I don't know why he's just decided to like throw all this stuff on Twitter. Like, he's decided being a little loose-lipped. Like, I don't know. And a lot of people are pretty loose-lipped on Twitter, though, so kind of is what it is. But at this point, trust in Feige, as always, so we'll just have to wait and see. But what do you guys think? Are you excited that Alfred Molina is coming back? Are you worried that this is starting to sound like a little much, a little bit too much like a YouTube skit or something, Saturday Night Live skit? I can't talk. What do you guys think about all this? Let us know down in the comment section below.